Hello friends, it's Chinese language with Eve again. Today is Chinese language concept number 3. Today I want to spend some time talking about some of the foundations for Chinese writing. So when it comes to Chinese writing, why do we need to pay attention about the strokes and some of the principles? It's similar to English when we started learning when we're young. It's important to understand how do we actually get the strokes right from top to bottom. The reason is very simple. If you don't write it, in a certain way, then sometimes your writing came out look like a scribble or like a drawing. So it becomes really hard to understand. So these are some of the principles I want to talk about today, and also there are certain rules I will be mentioning as well. Again, that don't need to worry too much about it. It seems really complicated, but as we go on with the lessons, and I'll be reinforcing and then explain again and again, so we can all be familiar with all these rules. So when it comes to Chinese writing, there are 8 strokes. Very important to understand them. There is a character, it's called Yong. It means forever, and typically it's what we use to teach Chinese writing, because the character has 8 strokes and basically encompasses the 8 foundational strokes of Chinese language. So the first one is called Dian. Dian looks like this. It looks like a little dot, and it goes normally it's a diagonal, and it goes from the top left corner, go down to the right bottom corner. The second one is called Hen. Hen is literally a horizontal line. And the third one is called Shu. Shu is a vertical line. So it's a vertical line. And the next one is called Go. Go literally is like little hook, goes up. The next one is called Ti. T will goes like that. And then the next one is called 长撇, which is a long stroke, goes this way. The next one is 短撇, which is a short stroke, similar to this, but a short one. And the last but not the least, it's called 那. 那 is the opposite of this one, it goes this way. So these are the 8 strokes, the foundational strokes for Chinese writing. 点, 横, 竖, 钩, 提, 长撇, 短撇, 捺. So these are the 8 strokes, and like I said, don't worry about it. As we started, getting more writing, learning more about writing, I'll be re-emphasizing about these strokes. When it comes to the rules of writing, there are 7 rules. Very important to remember them. So the first one is the horizontal always goes before vertical. So you saw earlier when I started writing this character. So actually I'll use a different example. The character 10, number 10, is written like this. So as you can see that I'll go from horizontal first, vertical is next. The second rule is diagonal. Diagonal right to left always goes before diagonal left to right. What does that look like? The character 人, which means people, is written like this. So diagonal right to left always go before left to right. I keep breaking the chalks today. And the third rule is really easy. One of the really basic rule is top to bottom. So Chinese characters, same as English, always come from top to bottom. So you work your way down. The character number 3, very easy. Literally 3 horizontal lines. So you work your way down. You don't go from bottom to top. You always work your way from top to bottom. The next rule is from left to right. And again, that is one of the most basic rules. So you work your way from left to right. An example, the word tomorrow. Tomorrow is written like this. A sun with a moon. So it has 2 components. left hand side, right hand side. You start with the left hand side and then goes to the right hand side. Number 5. Rule number 5 is enclosure before the content. So earlier you saw the word the moon. The word moon has, it's written like this. It has outside and has inside. So, you always work out, if a character has, outside and inside, you work your outside first before you put in the content. Okay, so rule number 6 is you will close the frame last. So the word earlier, sun, is a really good example. Sun goes like this. So it has a closure. So you always have to work inside first before the last closing stroke. And rule number 7 is also the last rule. Is when there's a character has a center beat and a side beat, you always work in the center first before you work on the side. So the character small, for example, is a good example. The character small is written like this. So there is a center component and there's the outside component. So you work at the center first before you work on the outside. Alright, so these are the 8 strokes and 7 rules of Chinese writing. So I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Again, like I mentioned, don't worry about, if you feel it's too complicated, we'll get to that as we go on with the lesson. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Have a great day.